Alright, what's up, y'all? It's your boy DankBot003. Today with a deck profile. And today I went to a case tournament out in Davenport and got 3rd place. And I just want to show y'all the deck that I used. So without further ado, let's get right into it. As you guys know, this is called PTSD, or Power of the Elements. This is the Dominant Couch and Pack deck. But just with a couple different things, just like not really too many, maybe like 4 or 5 cards. So yeah, let's get right into it. So for your tiers, I played the 2 Rhino Heart, 3 Shaylin, 3 Hibernus, and 3 Merely. I feel like this is really standard. You don't really want to play 3 of that because you don't want to normal summon it a lot. And the only reason you play it is for Kaleido. So this is all basically just standard, none really to explain right there. You want to play as many of your other tiers because, you know, they fusion and you want to fuse as much as possible. Next up for the danger monsters, I played 3 Nessies. Yes, I know, 1 Ultra, 2 Gold.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Come on, man.
It's all right. It's all right. Hey, this is what I could get last minute.
Hey, this man gave me crap from my ashes, man.
Yeah. Hey, at least it's not 2 common, 1 secret. And then I played the 1 Jackalope. And then for my last danger monster, I played Bigfoot. I didn't want to play Tsuchinoko because that card just sucks. It does nothing. All it does is summon itself. And with this, like, I can play into Floodgates better. I can discard it off Super Poly. Get rid of 2 monsters and pop a card. Plus, it's just like a big monster. And also, since I'm running the Punk engine and a level 2 tuner, sometimes I can make Baron with this. So this is just basically what I chose to play over Tsuchinoko. It just has more utility than Tsuchinoko, which only just summons itself. And this is still another dark with a different type than all your other stuff, besides the Jackalope, obviously. But you can still go into Curious. So I just felt like this has more utility and is better going second. So that's why I played that. So that's it for my danger monsters. Next, for the Spright, I played the 3 blue, 1 jet, 1 red. A lot of people play just the 1 jet in the Smashers, but...
So I've seen people play Pixies. Why don't you play Pixies?
Pixies, I don't know. It's not really that good in this deck because you don't have that many level 2s or rank 2s that you're putting on board. And what you are putting on board as far as 2s is Merly and Elf. And the Elf, you're going to banish it away. And the Merly is just there so you can Solic it away plus mill 3. So it's just going to be fusion fodder. And then I'll just go ahead and show the other card. I only played the Smashers. I mean, Dominic and Pack explained it. Starter sucks in this deck. And then you play the 3 blues and the red because they just help you go into Curious. And then the red just gives you an extra negate whenever you can get into it. And even if you mill it, you can just revive it off your Elf in your turn. And then in the other turn, revive the Merly. So that's how you play the red. Yeah, that's basically it on the Sprites. Then next, I'm playing the Punk engine. So I'm playing the Punks. 1 of each. And I mean, this is self-explanatory. You don't want to see multiples of these cards, and you don't. The second one never comes up. And this is basically just to bait your opponent's cards and to help you go into Baron so you have a negate. And then my other tuners, I ran the 1 Shinobi Necro because you play Hulk to go into Baron. And then Destrudo because he's an honorary tier monster. I mean, this card is just way too broken. And a lot of the time, if your punks get stopped, you can summon this targeting a level 4 tier monster and then make Chaos Ruler with Kit Kalos and this because this will be a level 3. Or sometimes if you have a Spright in hand but you have no way to get a level 2 because these plays got stopped, you can Destrudo target the Kit Kalos and now this is a level 2. And now you can summon your Spright monster from the hand and do your Spright combo to bring out whatever you need. So that's really good too. then this card needs to be banned.
Definitely.
I don't really need to explain this. Best card.
Ridiculous.
Then the last monster was 3 nibs.
I don't see many
I put this in
nibs.
last minute in the YCS deck. Didn't play this main deck. The reason I main decked this is because in the mirror match, you don't want to let them go off. Like you don't really care about virus, but if you just let them go off and they have field spell and they have Solic and they have all the shebang, you're just gonna lose. So you just want to let them go off and drop the nib. I did get caught off guard in one mirror match today, but the guy his deck was just bad, so that's probably why I got caught off guard. He summoned Appaloosa, so I wasn't able to nib, but I mean it still wasted 1 negate on Appaloosa, and then I was able to threaten the Appaloosa with a danger in my turn. So the nibs were like really good. They came in clutch. Yeah, not much to say. Like definitely main deck this. You don't care about running 46 cards. So then next I played 2 planets and 1 terraforming. The only reason I'm playing 2 is because I only own 2 because I'm broke. So I mean, I'm not. It is what it is. I'm not gonna say this is a good ratio or anything, but it did work really good, and the third one never came up.
Would you run 3 if you had 3?
I would run 3 if I had 3 because that just boosts the consistency up, and then I have 4 field spells. Right. But I mean, I still have 3 field spells right now, so I'm not really complaining, and it worked really well. 3 Super Poly, another card that needs to be banned. Nothing to say about that. Ban it or put it to 1. Instant Fusion, ban this too. Broken. 3 E-Telly, please don't ban this or else punks just suck.
Yeah, them things.
Yep.
Them things.
Yeah, this is just really good. You really want to see this almost every game because it helps you plan the boards going second because they have to interact with the punks or else they will lose. And if they don't have anything to interact, which a lot of decks don't really play hand traps right now, so you'll be able to just go Baron off of this. Like E-Telly just gains you so much advantage. Like I just feel like this is like the best version of the deck. And then I played the 2 droplets. You just don't want to get sacked by Dweller, Flunder, you know, just droplet things, you know, things that droplet is there for. That's what this is here for. You just don't want to get sacked, and you don't want to lose to Dweller because you won't play, and you don't want to lose to Exo Sisters. So that's why I ran that. Now I played the virus. A lot of people are cutting this, but I don't really see a reason to cut it. It's still really good.
Did you end up resolving that today?
Yes, I did. I actually resolved this against Eldritch when they set 4 cards. So that was insane. I got to pop their 4 cards and the card they had in hand. So that was really good. Then I played the 2 Solic. Some people play 3. I like the 2.
You didn't run the other trap? I forgot.
No, this is the only good trap. Crime is bad. You only want to side deck it sometimes in certain versions of the deck, and you don't want to play Meta Noise because all it does is just book a monster, which sucks in the mirror match because they can still fusion with it, and then it adds a tier from the graveyard to the hand, which you don't really care. You just want to add it from your hand to the from your deck to the hand because it helps you fix your hands. But I don't really want to clog on this because I'm running 4 different monster engines, so I think 2 is fine. You want to mill 1 and you want to search 1. So that's good enough for me. And that's it for the main deck, 46 cards. So the real only changes to the Dominant Couch deck were the 3 nibs and then the Bigfoot because Tsuchinoko sucks. And then I just threw this in, made it 46. And it just ran really well today. Let's go into the extra deck. So this is going to be really standard too. You run your Chaos Ruler and your Baron de Fleur. This is the Punk combo. So you get a mill 5 and set up a negate. Who doesn't want to do that? Next, I run the Gigantic Spright because I run the Sprights. It's really good. You can go into your first elf, make this 32 by overlaying, and then summon out a level 2 and make another elf. And leave this on board, so now you're able to tribute this off for the virus. So this is a nice way to get a monster and not have to tribute off your Kaleido Heart. Next, the 1 Dweller. I just wanted to have this in case I was playing the mirror match, and I didn't want to have to have it in the side deck to then switch sleeves, because then my opponent is gonna know I'm gonna have Dweller and they're gonna side for it. So I'd rather just have it in the main deck. I don't like side decking extra deck cards. Then next I'm playing 2 Elf. Elf is broken. It's probably the best link monster in the game right now. Why not play it? The 1 Hulk for the punk combo. The 1 Dark, this card is insane. It solos the Spright matchup. It's insane. Once you out your opponent's Kaleido Heart, or if you nib your opponent and they don't summon back the Kaleido Heart, you just drop this Kaleido Heart, summon their Kaleido, and then you banish something of theirs, or shuffle back. The 1 Curious, ban this. Griffin, ban this. I don't really want to talk about these, just ban them. And then for my fusions, I just played 1 of each. Pretty standard.
How was the Gara today?
Garura, insane. Like these cards, Super Poly's insane. Ban Super Poly. Why would you print this? Super Poly's at 3. And then the 1 kit, the 2nd kit never came up. I was thinking it would come up when I was testing out Dominic and Pax's deck, but honestly, after testing it out, it just never comes up. Neither did the 0 Boros, because they were playing 0 Boros over the Dweller. But when I was playing a lot, I never saw 0 Boros come up. And with so many people playing tier, the Dweller would come up so many times. So I just decided to cut 0 Boros and play Dweller instead, and it just worked out perfect today. And then for the side deck, this is where the goo is at. This Pankatops, nothing really to say about this. Good versus Spright, good versus back row decks. It's a beater. Yeah, nothing really to say.
How was that?
You play this because it has a high attack. Then you play three Cyframe Gear Gammas and the driver for combo decks. This is insane, especially when you see this with Nib. Yeah, nothing much to really say about that. Sometimes it can come in clutch if you activate Foxy Tune and your opponent tries to D-shifter you or Ash or whatever because they don't know what you're playing, and then you can Gamma them. But you only bring that in once you know your opponent is playing a lot of hand traps. But this is really there for combo. It hurts Spright. It's just a really good hand trap all in all, this format. There's a reason why this is at 1 in the OCG. So we have 3, why not play it? Then the card that I put in last minute, Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. This won me 2 matches. One was versus Spright. I banished their elves. And the other one was versus the mirror match. Actually, I did this in the mirror match twice to banish the kid. And it won me both of those games, and it won me the Spright game. So this card is literally insane in this deck because obviously you're running Tears and you're running Sprights, which are the 2 most played decks. So you have both of the best targets for Cherries, which is Kit, and Elf. Why are people not playing this? This is insane, bro. And if you get shifted, you can still do this. So Spright is gonna play, and you're going second, and Spright plays. They start by activating Shifter, so they don't get a card in the grave and not be able to activate it. So they activate Shifter on you. You just drop this on them and hit the Elf. All their follow-up is gone, and they can't make Toad most of the time unless they just open Insane. So this was really good. Definitely gonna keep this in the deck moving forward. Then the 3rd droplet, nothing much to say. Just for when you need it, you know, you want to draw it in the matchup, then play the 3rd. Harpies for back row, Cyclone for Runic and Beat Cop decks, which I did not see any of those. Red Reboot, same back row. Red Reboot, insane. Yep. And then the last card was 1 summon.
How was this, man?
So this card was insane in testing. I did not get to pull it off in at the tournament, but basically my theory is in the mirror match, you don't really want to go for Eradicator when you're going first. Like, this card just sucks in the mirror match. So you dump this off Curious. And now even if they have like a way to play into your board, and you're not able to go Dweller, you still have this, and this card is just like insane in the mirror. Like, your opponent cannot play, and nobody's gonna side deck in the mirror match any back row removal. So this is just a free floodgate. And you don't really care at that point because you're set up, and you know, if you're set up and you flip this on your opponent, they're never gonna be able to set up or break your board, and you just outgrind them. So
yeah, that guy's summon limit. Best card.
That was the MVP in the side deck during testing. I put it in the mirrors. I just never was able to pull it off because the mirrors were playing hand traps.
Would you make any changes to the whole thing, the whole deck?
Honestly, the only change I would make is if I get a third field spell, I would just run the third field spell to have more consistency. But I mean, the deck is perfect. It's already figured out. Why change it? I mean, the only changes I made was putting in main deck, changing Tsuchinoko because it sucks, and then playing Summon Limit in Cherries, which isn't really a lot, but those techs really did help me a lot today.
Any shout-outs?
Won me a lot of games. Yeah. So first I want to shout out my man James, you know, who got first place. He went out to pick me up and bring me here. He drove an hour, 20 minutes to come get me. So he's a real MVP. Without him, I wouldn't even been able to top. I want to shout out everybody back in Cedar Rapids. I want to shout out my friends from the Armageddon server. A lot of really good players. I get a lot of really good testing in with them. They kind of helped me with the deck, building it and making my deck choice. And shout out my wife, of course. I always shout out my wife for letting me come and play. Without her, I would not be able to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now because I would be at home watching kids. So shout out to her. Love you.
The father crew, man.
Deck profile, man. Dankblow003 signing out.